Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Today's show is presented by Manscaped. You want to stay nice and tidy downstairs? Manscaped's going to help you do that with the best men's grooming products on the planet. Manscaped.com, promo code Chiefs. That'll get you 20% off plus free shipping. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's Chiefs breaking news, as the Chiefs have made a signing, and a long overdue one, as they finally add an adequate, and I would say more than adequate, defensive end. That is Carlos Dunlap to a one-year deal. Adam Schefter broke the news just a little bit ago. Veteran defensive end Carlos Dunlap is signing a one-year deal worth up to $8 million with the Kansas City Chiefs. His agent, Drew Rosenhaus, confirmed. This is a huge signing, man. This is a massive signing for the Kansas City Chiefs. I have been pushing for months and months and months and months and months that you need to go out and get a veteran pass rusher. And that is exactly what Carlos Dunlap is. He's going to come in here, get off the edge, and give you good production as a pass rusher. He's advanced in age, but he is still a productive player, which we will outline here in just a little bit. So grade the signing. 1 year up to $8 million. I don't have the specific details in terms of cap hit and all of that. I'm guessing maybe, $4 or $5 million cap hit with incentives up to $8. Let me know what you guys think. A, B, C, D, or F, grade the signing. Got to give it an A because it fills your biggest need by far when it comes to that edge rusher spot. So Dunlap to Kansas City on that one-year deal worth up to $8 million. Had a solid year in Seattle a year ago, and I think that that was after a trade, by the way. I think not only is he an ideal Melvin Ingram replacement, I think it's actually an upgrade from Melvin Ingram. He's a bigger defensive end. That fits more of what Spags likes in his defensive ends, and he gets home more. Last year, had 8.5 sacks for between the two teams, but mostly with Seattle. 35 tackles, 14 quarterback hits, 8 tackles for loss. Carlos Dunlap is just a proven pass rusher. This is a guy that throughout his career, the low end, he's like 6 or 7 sacks. High end, he's been double digits. He's very, very consistent when it comes to rushing the quarterback. And I think he's going to be able to come in here and provide a spark coming off the edge. I think he will start right away for this team. He's a legitimate starting defensive end for this unit. And the Chiefs desperately needed a defensive end. In a major way. We've been talking about for months. Frank Clark, yeah, he's a decent level starter, but you lost Melvin Ingram. Yeah, you drafted George Karlaftis, but that's a lot of pressure for him as a rookie. Carlos Dunlap comes in, plugs that hole, and, kind of the domino effect where everybody, falls back a peg in the pecking order. This is why you subscribe to the channel, because on today's show, let's get 50 new subscribers. Get to 30,750. We just crossed 30,700. We'll have updates throughout training camp, the latest Chiefs training camp news, rumors, updates, any other signings that happen. We will cover that as well, although this kind of feels like the last big move to take place. But the point is, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and we will keep you guys in the loop with everything surrounding your Kansas City Chiefs. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. That is youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Hit the big red button. All right, let's look at the depth chart here. So this all of a sudden looks a lot better than just yesterday, right? Frank Clark, Carlos Dunlap off the edge. I've been a little bit down on Clark, but he's still at least a decent level starter. Carlos Dunlap on the other side gives me some optimism there as well. We all know and love Chris Jones, Derek Nottie, a good run stopper, and more depth, right? George Karlaftis, falls back a peg. He can be that more versatile player. Michael Dana has always been a good rotation defensive end through his first couple of seasons. So it's really nice to bring in a starting caliber player, which is exactly what Carlos Dunlap is. He is a legitimate starter at the defensive end position, and that is what you needed after losing Melvin Ingram. And again, I think you upgraded, especially for this scheme. Ingram, in my opinion, is a better 3-4 edge rusher. Carlos Dunlap is a 4-3 guy, bigger body, physical player. He can really make an impact, I believe, on this defense. More to come, breaking down this signing and some other things as well as it pertains to Dunlap coming on board. But first, get going with Manscaped, the best men's grooming products out there. I've had my Lawnmower 4.0 for over a year now, and it's a fantastic product because it's a smooth shaving device. price to keep your ball hair nice and trimmed down there. And you don't want to, be growing that bush this time of year. It's hot as hell outside. You go on a workout, you get off, you get back to the house, it's going to be gnarly down there. But if you keep it nice and trim, nice and smooth, you're going to be feeling a lot better. So use the Lawnmower 4.0. Plus, you throw on these boxers afterwards as well. Your balls are able to hang nice and freely, anti-chafing in there as well. It's a very, very easy wear, very nice and comfortable as well. And you can get all these products plus more products from Manscaped for 20% off and free shipping. Use promo code Chiefs. That'll get you that 20% off. And check out Manscaped today because they have the best men's grooming products on the planet. So more on Carlos Dunlap here as he is the latest addition to the Chiefs. Again, one-year deal up to $8 million. We'll see what those financials end up being exactly. I'm sure we'll find out later today or tomorrow. 33 years old, but still an impactful player. I think the trio of Carlos Dunlap, Chris Jones, Frank Clark could be a pretty good one. I'm hoping Frank Clark can bounce back this year. He's, kind of declined in production the last couple of years, but hopefully he's motivated after taking a pay cut earlier this offseason. Obviously, Chris Jones continues to be a really good player. Hopefully he can get back to being that dominant guy this year. I don't know if he's quite been dominant the last couple of years, but still very good. And Carlos Dunlap being a nice little, plug-and-play starter that can give you anywhere from, on the low end, 6 sacks, high end, maybe 10 sacks, somewhere in between is probably where he will land. Which leads me to this question. Who is going to lead the Chiefs in sacks? Who will be the sack leader this year? Type CJ for Chris Jones, type CD for Carlos Dunlap, or you can type FC for Frank Clark. I'll go with Chris Jones. Uzi Clark, we'll see if he can bounce back, but we'll see between these three guys, CJ, CD, or FC. I did want to talk a little bit more kind of the domino effect of him coming on board. So you look at the depth chart, now you slide George Karlaftis back. I think this is going to be good for Karlaftis. Number one, takes a little pressure off. Number two, it's going to allow him to move around a little bit because I think there's going to be opportunities for George Karlaftis, the rookie out of Purdue, to be an interior pass rusher as well. 280 pounds or so. He can kick inside, especially on those passing downs. Maybe Chris Jones, takes a player or two off. Karlaftis kicks in there. He'll play some edge as well. I think that versatility, kind of as this team's fifth defensive lineman, if you will, behind those starting four, I think that's kind of where he will plug in here. And I like that quite a bit because I think he's a versatile player that can do some different things for you. And I think it takes a little pressure off a late first-round pick to not be expected to come in here and, give you 8 sacks as a rookie or something like that. If he does, that's awesome. But I think the ability to move him around this defensive line will play benefits. And for Dunlap, I think this could be the missing piece. If this defensive line group can stay healthy, maybe you could add another veteran depth piece. But with him coming on board, I mean, your starting four is looking better. Karlaftis and Michael Dana, as backups now as well. Josh Kando is a deeper backup. You still got Tershawn Wharton, Kalen Saunders there on the inside. You've got some real depth now, and that's why I've been saying for a while, get a proven starter at the edge on this defensive line, and it's going to make the whole unit look a lot better. And that is exactly what the Chiefs have done as they've brought in Carlos Dunlap on this one-year deal up to $8 million. I'm fired up about it. I think you guys should be as well. All right, that's today's Chiefs news. They have a new pass rusher in Mr. Carlos Dunlap. We'll keep you in the loop here on YouTube for any other news that drops or some big rumors out there as well. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. Subscribe to us here. Also, give me a follow on social media. I'll try to have some other Chiefs updates over there. Twitter, Instagram, same handle @HGramNFL. Give me a follow and feel free to slide in the DMs and I can message you back as well if you have any Chiefs questions. All right, that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll see you soon here on the Chiefs Report.